want one of these?
Betty, when do you put our water in the bowls?
It'll be announced. We're going to process in, and as people come in, you're going to choose, and they'll announce it out there, north, south, east, or west. So you don't need to put the whole thing in.
Yep. Make yourself comfy. However you're comfortable.
Can you hear me? That works.
All right, are you all going outside? It's time. Good morning, everyone. Does anybody want water? We can get you some. Spiritual water. Here, Jackson. Here you go. If you're more comfortable staying in here, you certainly can. But if you want, we're going to start by greeting out front. Your choice. Yeah, just think of it. It's a party, everybody. It's a party.
Brought the jazz quartet.
Good people. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome home. As always, wherever you find yourself on life's journey, whatever faith you have found and lost, whatever you bear, whomever you love, find hope and inspiration with us. You are welcome here. Welcome home. And especially welcome to this new church year to seeing each other again. Yes, we are mask friendly, but not mask mandatory. So we see those beautiful shining smiles and faces. It is good to be together, good to be together again here with all of you in this space that missed you so much all summer and longer for some. We are here and we are holding this space for all of you, including all of you who are at home as well and who will eventually join us again. Fittingly, for our first service, we have a lot that we're holding and celebrating today. In addition to the energy and poignancy of just being together, we are welcoming two new staff. Well, one of them's not so new. Beth Armstrong has served us before in a wonderful way as our interim director of music, and she does that again this year. I am also very excited to welcome our new Director of Religious Education, who, we figured out this morning, we've known each other long enough that we could have a college-age child together. Not that we're aging ourselves, of course. And by the way, in all the celebration, I want to be sure to thank Edith Johnson for playing piano for us today. And right up front to remind you that the Women's Alliance have been busily working for days to put together our fundraising yard sale, which I trust did very well. And just to bring it over the top, there are some items in the atrium that you get to look at, and maybe you can even haggle a little on prices, you know, like the old days. We'll see. Anyway, be sure to check out the yard sale during, yes, I said coffee hour. Coffee hour is back. How wonderful for us. So before we go on with all of this, I want for Mandy to say a few words.
Thank you, Roger. I am delighted to be here with all of you. My role is as an interim Director of Religious Education, which means that I will be with you for 2 years doing transitional work as you work towards hiring a long-term professional for spiritual pathways. And I come to you, as Roger said, after 20 plus years at a number of other congregations doing religious education. I am really excited to work with you over the next couple of years and get to know you all, and it is a delight to meet you in person.
So I want to do 2 little more things. We're going to greet each other as we do. First, we're going to just say hello to everybody at home. So by all means, stand and say hello to those people in the cameras right there. And now you get to move about and greet each other. So let's do that. First, you welcome and say hello. Michael Capelli. It's not, apparently this is not loud enough. Okay, everybody, time to settle down. Come on back. What a friendly bunch of people we are. Come on back, everybody. Come on back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, can you hear me? I can hear me now. Okay, friendly people, my loves. Come, come, whoever you are. That's ringing. Ooh, a little bit on the loud, a little bit on the ringy side. My friends, this is the day we have been given. Let us live well into it. And now we deepen into worship with the Livingston family lighting our chalice.
Good morning. My name is Betty Finn, and I'll be your worship associate today. Please join me and say the words in chalice lighting in your order of service. This light burns also in our hearts, and it lights our path toward harmony, justice, and hope for all. We light also our sabbatical chalice now and take a moment to silently send our thoughts and care to our senior minister, Reverend Liz, while she is away for reflection and renewal. No, she too kindles her own chalice each Sunday and takes a moment to send her thoughts and care here to all of us. May this sabbatical be fruitful for all of us, and may our reunion be a joyful fulfillment.
Thank you, friends. Please stand as you're willing and able and sing our first hymn together as Tranquil Streams, number 145.
Time for a story, my friends. Once upon a time, there was a drop of water named Higgins. Higgins was no ordinary drop of water. He was a drop with a dream. Higgins lived in a valley where it had not rained for a very long time. So all the lovely green grass was turning brown. All the beautiful flowers were wilting, and all the trees were starting to droop. Higgins had a dream that one day the valley would be a beautiful place again. But what could he do? After all, he was only a drop of water. One day, Higgins decided to travel and tell others about his dream. All the other drops listened very politely, but no one believed that his dream would come true. "Higgins," said one, "get your head out of the clouds. You can't spend your whole life dreaming." Higgins decided that he had to do something to make his dream come true. So he began to think and think and think. One day, as he was walking by a rusty old bucket, he got an idea. If enough of us drops of water got together in this bucket, Higgins thought, there would be enough water to sprinkle on a few flowers to help them grow and become beautiful again. Eagerly, Higgins told everyone his great idea, but everyone thought he was being foolish. That Higgins, nothing but a dreamer. Higgins decided he had to do something to convince the others he was right. So he said to them, "I don't know about you, but I'm getting into the bucket. I hope some of you will join me. Then there might be enough water to help at least some flowers grow beautiful again." So Higgins ran as hard as he could, jumped way up in the air, and landed with a kerplunk in the bottom of the bucket. And there he sat, just a drop in the bucket. For a long time, Higgins was very lonely. It seemed like no one else was going to join him, but after a while, some of the other drops could see that the grass was dying and the flowers were wilting and the trees were drooping. They all agreed that something had to be done. Suddenly, one drop shouted, "I'm going in the bucket with Higgins," and he leaped through the air and landed, kerplunk, in the bucket. Then two other drops yelled, "Wait for us!" And they hopped through the air and landed, kerplunk, in the bucket. Then 10 jumps dropped through the air, then 30, then 50. And then hundreds of drops came from all around just to hop in the bucket. Soon, the bucket was completely full of water. But there were still more drops that wanted to join, so they found another bucket and hopped in. And before long, there were 2 buckets of water, and then 3, and then 10, and then hundreds. Along came a powerful breeze that blew over all the buckets, and all the water flowed together to make a mighty stream. Everywhere the water flowed, the grass turned green again, and the flowers bloomed, and the trees stood tall and straight once more. All this happened because Higgins had a dream, and his dream came true. Because he knew that although he was just a drop in a bucket, enough drops in the bucket make a bucket full. And when there are enough buckets with the wind behind them, then justice will roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Good job.
Today is September 11th, which is the anniversary of something sad. But there's a Broadway musical called Come From Away. And Come From Away is the true story of September 11th, 2001 in Gander, Newfoundland, which is perched on the easternmost coast of Canada. 36 planes that had been diverted from American airspace landed there, bringing some 7,000 strangers from Europe and Africa and Americans on their way home to a town of only 9,000 people. This is the story of the radical welcome these strangers received. Now is the time for a reading of our joys and sorrows. The candles lit at the back of the church are started with a flame from the Transylvania pedestal that was carved by our partner church. A candle of great joy for our first coffee hour in 2 years. Remembering colleague Charles McCram, who perished in 9/11 attack. We will never forget. Ann Connor. A candle of love for my friend Nancy in California, just diagnosed with cancer, who also has dementia, and for her husband Frank, who carries a heavy load and is feeling fear and grief. A candle of love for Cal and Steve, hopes for more healing and less drama. A candle of remembrance for the events of 2001 and that they never happen again. Peace. A candle of sorrow for the Lawson family of Seekonk, Mass. Their 22-year-old son, Kurt, was killed in a tragic hiking accident in Utah last week. My heart breaks for this beautiful family. Svetlana. A candle of thanks for 50 pretty awesome years on this earth. Happy birthday to me. A candle of great thanks to the lay ministry team for their outstanding care this summer, and to all who helped with meal train requests. A candle of recovery and health for Cal Kirschmar, who has been through multiple surgeries. A candle of sympathy at the passing of Phil Lieberman. Cards may be sent to Marcia. A candle of respect for the life and service of Queen Elizabeth II at her death this week.
Let us now join our hearts and minds together in the spirit of prayer and meditation. To bring ourselves present, I invite you to breathe with me. And before we do that, let me just remind you that if you've lost someone this year, during our time of silence, stand or raise your hand so we can honor them in quiet tribute together. To relax, let your bodies soften. Feel yourselves in the seats you're in. Take a deep breath in and out. Another breath. And a final breath. I offer my words today as we bring our thoughts to communion with water and one another on that which is life-giving and life-sustaining. Let us lift up those among us, both seen and unseen, the everyday unsung among us who move and work and serve on our behalfs, connecting us to each other. For those who paint the underside of boats, for makers of ornamental drains on roofs too high to be seen, for cobblers who labor over inner souls, for scholars whose research leads to no obvious discovery, for artists who suppress what does injustice to what is beautiful, for engineers who repair water mains for water's flow and life's flow too. For all those whose work is for your eye only, who labor for your entertainment or their own, who sleep in peace or do not sleep in peace. For all those who bring themselves with medicine, toothpaste, blankets, and bedding, whose work is for your life and mine. Protect them from downheartedness and disease. Let them feel washed over and refreshed by today's communion, which is humble, grateful, and alive. Spirit of life and love, let it be so. Amen. I would like our water bearers, Andrew Capelli, John Hickey, Layla Molino, and Jackson Molino, to come down the center aisle and bring forward the holy waters we have collected from you today. And for those of you at home who have your own waters, we invite you to use those on a plant, for your fish, for a crack in the sidewalk. These too are holy waters. Come. They're going to pour the waters into this receptacle. This is the life-giving substance of this community. Thank you. One drop. It takes only one drop of rain to start a stream, a river, a lake, an ocean. One drop of water to create a life. One drop of blood can heal a life. One drop of kindness can save a life. One drop of service can restore many lives. One drop of courage can make a hero. One drop of care can change the world. One drop.
Today we are observing our water communion tradition, sharing water from our various summer pursuits, blending it together, adding it to the water we have kept from the past year, and using it for the blessing of our loved ones during the church year, along with our plants and trees. We are also remembering another September 11th from 21 years ago, a day which continues to be felt by each of us from all that has unfolded and all we have learned. So much of what we honor and observe today moves in waves and tides. Not only water, but relationships, history, change, cycles of time. So much that we know and so much that we experience, life itself. Thousands of years ago, Heraclitus of Ephesus summed it up, saying, "Everything flows. The tide ebbs, it returns. We go, we return. Everything changes, even as some things endure." Amidst all the tumult and trauma of the recent past, this church endures. We endure. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. We are together, and we are here for each other always. One person, like a drop, joining with another.
Today, we are celebrating that very joining, the joining of water, of life, of connection, of us. As drops of rain that find each other and build to become a rivulet, a stream, a river, a sea, an ocean, so have we been drawn together. So have we been fortunate to find each other. So have we become bound together in loving relationship and sustaining faith on this shared passage toward an unknown ocean and entity. So many drops in the bucket.
Water from the north, south, east, and west. In you are many journeys joined, many moments memorial, much that has been familiar, much that has been strange to us. The journeys you represent, the many people and families that have brought you here for so many years, or for the first time this year, the tides and cycles of life and fortune, struggle and love. We receive you and commend to you the purpose of blessing our families, rich with all the care and experience and life you represent.
Young and old, of many colors and flavors, stories and longings, and pain and joy, full of so much that makes us different and so much that makes us the same. We are in this time of challenge and change, of beginnings and endings, seed time and harvest all at once, connected. We share water not only to remind us of places and time and memories, but also our own fluid natures, changing forms, onward journeys. These days are not easy, but we have each other. The strength of this loving, expansive, vibrant community that is here for us when we need it, and the strength of this loving, expansive faith that is here for us every time we draw upon it. We bless this water with our love for this planet and all the blessings it showers upon us. Not only water, but beauty, air, food, life. We consecrate this water to the purpose of blessing our families and dedicating our children here in this faith community. We honor this water's mingling as we give thanks for our own mingling in this congregation and in our world. May we bless each other and the world as we are blessed by the gifts of love. May it be so, my friends. Amen.
In your order of service, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's raising it twice. In your order of service.
There is a song called Holy Waters, and you have a part in it. The choir has a part in it. Edith has a part in it, but you have a part in it. And I want to be sure that you know what your part is. It's not very hard. So this is how you do it. Just go. Holy waters. Would you sing that with me, please? The same thing. Holy waters. Watch my hand. And do it again. Holy waters. Now you don't need to read the piece of paper anymore, right? That's it. Holy waters. Start now.
In addition to the pledges that you make and give annually, we also take a weekly offering. And if you intend to pay your pledge that way, be sure to mark it in the memo. Your offering in the collection plate helps sustain the good work of First U, both here and in the community, by the special collections that we take on behalf of justice initiatives throughout Rhode Island. If you're watching online, and for that matter, those of you sitting in front of me, you can text to give. I'm very excited about this, by the way. All you have to do is get your cell phone out and text. We all know how to text, right? I had to learn, but we all know how to text, right? You dial 73256, 73256, and then you type First U Prov, and then $10, $20, $700, whatever you're feeling you want to give. 73256, First U Prov, and your gift. How easy could it be? How life-giving it is. For all that you give, for all that you do, for all that you are, we thank you. Remember that tune. We have some opportunities for service just ahead. These are some invitations that I commend to all of you. The Spiritual Pathways registration begins this week. We offer school year faith formation programs for ages 3 to 18, chapel services and small groups for children, crossing paths, coming of age and OWL programs for middle schoolers, and a teen youth group. The campus ministry group kicks off today with a pizza party in the Haynes Room at 1:30. Stay tuned for more information about our adult programmings this fall, our nursery for children under age 3, and our volunteer-led programs for children and youth will all begin by September 25th. Visit the coffee hour table today or next Sunday to meet our interim DRE, Mandy Neff, and register your family for religious education. Loaves and Fishes will hold an organizational meeting tomorrow, September 12th at 7 p.m. This meeting will be on Zoom. They'll be making plans for the year and are welcoming new volunteers. If you want more information, check out the First U Times, which comes to you by email every Friday, or contact Joe Salvatore. Are you here, Joe? He's right there. Stand up, Joe. Contact Joe. And finally, the Art Collective is happy to announce our first new exhibition and gallery opening in 2 years. Sacred Space features the work by 13 artists and friends and members of First U. The show is sponsored by the Art Collective and the Peace Flag Project. The gallery opening, the official opening, is this Thursday, September 15th, from 5 to 7. All are welcome, and when you go for coffee, you may see some of the pieces previewed early. And don't forget to read the First U Times, sent by email every Friday, for all the news and happenings, which there are many in the coming few weeks. Now for our benediction. I invite you to join hands if you are willing. Mandy and I are going to offer some words that I commend to you, and it's actually my intention that you will learn them over the next few weeks. Go out into the world in peace. Have courage.
Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil.
Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak.
Help the suffering. Honor all beings.
With that, my friends, amen, and be well. Have a good week. And now the Livingston family will extinguish our chalices.
Please join me. The words are in your order of service. We carry the flame of peace and love and hope until we meet again.
Thank you, Livingstons. Great job.
Amen.